Welcome to another episode of At Your Disclosure. This is Lex Ruben Toolbar, giving you an update. So we disclosed about a critical mind like Mr. Arroyo and the fact that south entrance exit is facing uh, the street where any disgruntled employee could easily decide to go into QB first and level the building. It is a three-level building, just like Joey's brother and the Marines decided to be tossed out and eradicated due to his crimes. And unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, there's undercovers in the military on hot pursuit. Had no choice but to write levels, third edition. And look at this cat, if he's ever thinking of. If you've been thinking, you're all that you've got. Don't feel alone anymore. 'Cause when we're together, then you've got a lot. 'Cause I am the river, and you are the shore. Whoa, whoa. And it goes on and on. Whoa. Watching the river burn. Twirling and twirling till things come about. Leaving out one by one. And if it just begun, watching the river run, listening, learning, and yearning, listening, learning, and yearning, listening, learning, and yearning, to run, river, run. Now, do you understand me? Yeah. But yeah, man, freaking, we got to take a break. Worst case scenario, and going over to my Theophile's house, Raphael, to have my cousin Carlitos from Wickenburg let me know that I smell like pizza. And that's funny because I had showered. But, I'm sitting in a U-Haul truck that an Aspen sat on. And this is where I slept last night. My bed's over at the parents' unit where I do not choose to stay despite them aging and to their benefit will help them out, but I'm not going to fall for the same trap. They're obsessed with just seeing me down, and I'm not about to have that. I try to be in good terms with them, and there's just no going back. They just can't change. For every little thing, they're negative. Just for that I jacked the game, just for that I let someone in, just for that I got you jumped, just for that I fucked your ass up, and I'm your freaking brother, freaking Annette. Jasmine's homegirls fucked you up, and you're that negative. So my uncle Raphael would also tell me about Rosa being inheriting negativity from my dad and stubbornness from my mother. Where the opposite, I'm positive for the most part, and in a good way. So it's Mr. Bezos, former boss over at Amazon Flex. It was fun. I take my brother. Love tying his shoe. Love going on breaks with him. Going to different restaurants, touring Arizona, and delivering packages. It was a lot of fun. Former NYPD, working alongside Steve Osborne, was definitely inspired me to write the memoir at hand. So, you know, with enough hours in the day, anything's possible. So you just gotta be positive about it. But that critical mind of Arroyo really impressed me because of the fact that when he went to pay us a visit, he went to pay me a visit, and that's when Christopher Martin and I were assigned to QB first. We were able to gain the contract, and we had won it over Universal. So impressed by our performance, my report writing, my conduct, my just doing a good job pays off. And then with Mr. Martin's experience, well, our experience, but him just coming back from the military, you can easily impress all your colleagues. Hey, well, you have both Valley veterans and doing a good job. Both Valley veterans, one with a combination of law enforcement, military, and the roots here in Arizona. Like I said, I'm not originally from Arizona, but been here since the age of 4. Love Arizona. That's why it's so hard for me to relocate because I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. The heat is not as bad as you think. You drink water, you drink Gatorade, Powerade, and all sport, freaking vitamin water. It's good. Normally I get the 50. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but there's a lot of little things you could do. You consume potassium. I remember that movie. I seen it in theater. I went with my roadie, Caroline Bagent, over at the Ascena Capri when it first opened. And yeah, man, that's what we used to do is go watch movies, go to craft fairs, go have dinner at various places, buffets. It was good. It was real good. My brother's shady. So same thing to my sisters. And Matt Rohde was lovable. And just what we needed is her having me on the weekends. She wanted to teach me to cook. But just imagine me in the kitchen wearing an apron with Kiss the Cook Chef. The similarities and the analogies to wearing nothing but that. At least the front was concealed just like an Adam and Eve where he had nothing but a little leaf to cover all that. But in my case, it would have taken a freaking. I'm trying to think of the type of plant that you'd have to freaking cover a large area. And can't think of any, but did remember this time when at Six Flags Festival in Scottsdale we had this white male adult. I'm not gonna lie, stereotypically speaking, he looked like a nerd. He grabs a little leaf and it was cloudy, it was sprinkling, and he puts it over his head as a form of a way of showing me that it's sufficient coverage. But being cordial, being respectful, you could have the same returning customers, and that's what it's all about: gaining the trust of the general public and relationship build on mutual trust and respect. That's what B of A. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I also work for other uh, bank institutions, other financial institutions, but for the most part, I've been with Bank of America, uh, Chase, J.P. Morgan, as well as Wells Fargo. I've deterred many bank robberies. I've gotten involved in several uh, bank occurrences where, just like that critical mind of Mr. Arroyo, if he had to tell me that off the back, he had addressed the fact that the South exit, you're gonna have some problems. So they've disclosed this through a meeting. They look at all the alternatives. They have a foresight. That's important there. Have that foresight. I always talk about having that foresight, just like in driving, will prevent you from a lot of car accidents. So you have that foresight off the back. Arroyo knew that, hey, that's going to give you problems. Anyone could easily get dropped off, just like at Tom's Peak and Hannon Road. This pearl white, uh, 2015, around there, Cadillac Escalade, dropping off a Hispanic male adult by the drive-throughs just for him to run towards the generator transformer to cross himself. So that's off the back. I smell fish. So I see him crossing himself. Oh, hell no. I took a picture of him, and before I knew it, two armed detectives displaying their badge around their necks show up immediately. Good job. Twice. So the bank got hot. I told Chat Delato, bank supervisor, before becoming his boss, that, hey, you need to move me around. Just like in Las Vegas, from bank captain to rover. At least I didn't lose my employment, but, it's for a good cause. And you want to throw them off because think about it. Step in my shoes. You get a label. I'm trying to remember that word, stigmata, where they think you have a certain character deficiency, or they want to put you in a situation where, oh, you're this, you're that. How are you gonna accuse me of something that is intangible? So with that being said, freaking, I don't like it. So critical thinking has you thinking of ways of preventing the inevitable, because we are a violent society. And with that being said, uh, expect the unexpected. So he thought about it off the back, and it stuck with me that, hey, he's right. A disgruntled employee could easily walk in through south entrance facing the street where this cat's marking his territory, could easily go in through the back if the building pressure isn't adjust, and could go in. And just like I said, like for instance, the reason why we are moving is because First of all, the corner people sent their teenage nephew to throw trash on my property. They're always targeting us because of who I am. And it's funny, over at the home loans, we had former Navy veteran and counterterrorism from Chandler, Bank of America, CFO site. I'm not gonna disclose the name because, like I said, there's certain levels of information where I don't think it's appropriate for me to disclose, despite the nature of the business, the nature of the show at your disclosure. Uh, Someone wanted you dead, you'll be dead, plain and simple, just like here. Thinking by relocating your son or daughter or daughter-in-law is going to keep her safe. And just like that critical mind, think that foresight. What if it's the former standing homeowner deciding, hey, well, because of this, I got to come back and shoot this person that freaking got into their head that, hey, it shows a success, and that piece of shit sending his people to throw shit on my property for no apparent reason. Imagine me doing that. I don't have time. There's no amount of hours in the day to freaking do all that. I just can't. For what? So moving forward, like I said, someone makes up their mind. And it's like Robert Brooks, bank counting before becoming major, to eventually signing his checks. If someone wanted you dead, you'd be dead. So with that being said, same thing here. I could easily show up one of those days, or just like the stupid neighbor there, Pete, Steve, whatever his name is, being caught looking on the internet for how to build bombs. He's thinking he has malicious intentions, having nothing to do with anybody. He is pathetic. It's almost like, damn, there really is enough time for you to do all that when you could have just decided, I want to do this with my life. But taking sides for no apparent reason is what's been the hardest thing in life. And I told my brother off the back how it's been for a good while. He told me that, hey, something, you must be doing something right in order to have all these people target you. Damn, I dropped off my California king size bed over at my parents' unit, and not willing to stay committed to anything lengthy because of the nature of our business. But I'm not gonna fall for the same trap. But them having live like tweakers, literally, that's how the place looks because of them. That's why I didn't upload those video. But I'm clarifying. I probably am gonna upload them to lead to this how things are. I have my brother sleep on the couch, and he has his own room, but he surrendered it to my sister because she doesn't want to do shit but just lounge. They sleep on the floor. I go to the new unit, and it was supposed to be just four of us, my parents and my brother and I. And I like taking care of my parents. Like I said, I was thinking of a lot of career changes to re-enlisting, and just something to think about before going forward. But at the same time, too, as long as your heart is in the right place, if you have good intentions, that then it'll come back in a positive way where you don't have to worry about backlash. But it's unfortunate that some don't share your point of view, and you can't expect anything from it. Just like that man at Quick Trip standing in my way by the lotto tickets, by the yeah, the lotto tickets, the scratchers. Just expecting me to. I don't know what he was expecting, but from what he hears, hey man, I myself, you yourself, it would be it's beautiful, but that's only if you live over at 21st Street in Granada. And like I said about the weeds, and just like in the military, a lot of times you just have to do things firsthand. So I had no problem correcting that matter. Just like taking all my clothes and shipping it away and having clean it through my hand. You want to take one last look at the unit, but anything's possible this year from the looks of it. But I guarantee you this, man. Like I said, uh, by having us out because of the neighbors, or not even the neighbors, people in the corner saying they're old. I was evicted. It's pathetic. It's almost like, okay, you get what you want. And I'll tell you this, after this, you're not going to have any inspiration. You're not going to know shit. Because for the most part, I'm usually outside. And that's what I'm known for, is representing. I still would always obsess about it. But that is my former mirror there. And one last look. You know, I know they're gonna probably snitch. You know, I remember at the beginning of the show, but it is a bit chilly, so I don't know if I should take my jacket or not. But like I said, the beginning of the show, it was accidentally confused for at your reflections, or I'm trying to remember exactly, but it's at your disclosure. This berry here is probably gonna be give it away. Then this weight's here, probably gonna break them apart. Send over to grandma's before Chris Martin has to address you with send it. But at the same time, it's a little chilly, and the reason for people to criticize your pet size when in reality it's a good 8-incher. It's a boxer dog. Yeah, this weight sets are good. Like I said, it's Arizona. It's the best place to buy vehicles. You could give it a quick sand down, and I've suggested you could powder coat it after you sand it down, primer it, or if you wanted to, you could powder coat it. So this is a good place to buy vehicles. You definitely want to buy it. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Stupid dog. Well, that's the freaking coffin there that someone deserves to be in there. You know, freaking solid. I think my bed's probably bigger than this. There's Lincoln there. He finally got a little break out of it. But this is our last moments here at the Palmer residence. And freaking just saying goodbye to the neighbors. Which has us a new chapter in our lives where things matter. You take things in perspective. Hopefully you can mature from it. But that's the dog's job right there, is to alert the other people of your presence. And that's weird because he's never barked at me. You know, he recognized me as a singer, and can't stand the fact that closing shop. So yeah, going on break, like I said, the last episodes of At Your Disclosure at the Palmer residence. Wasn't expecting for that, but he's earning his keep. So at the same time too, it's Alex Ruben Tobar at Your Disclosure.